Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
It's a good show.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Ben Hurt, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Adomian. Oh, it is so good to see you, sir.
One of our favorite people to improvise with, to create comedy with. I don't think we laugh very hard with this guy. That's the mark of a good thing. Anytime I see you on a show that we're on, anytime I see you backstage anywhere, or I'm like, oh yes, we're going to have some fun.
Oh, we're going to have fun. I better not get too stoned. That's the Sklars are here.
Great
Sklars are
way to put it. James, it's just great to see you. I know you got a bunch of live stuff. We'll get to that in the second segment coming up. Live shows. Please catch this man when he is live. But here's the deal. We believe that the world is getting dumber. Do you believe that? Just in your travels and whatnot?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I think Idiocracy is my Bible.
Yeah,
it is coming to fruition in the...
Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, is this a fucking documentary? Because it is happening. It is happening.
There should be a Ken Burns Idiocracy.
9 hours. Oh, my God.
In the 20th century,
It's just all...
dumbness took over.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what it is. And so we feel like, all right, our way to fight back is through comedy. That's the only tools that we have as people, the four of us here. Let's try and fight back as we can, but we get these great and stupid stories sent to us.
What's amazing is I do feel it like you latch onto in many ways. There's most of the characters that you do have a blind spot, whether it be stupidity or whatever.
That's the most fun, is he doesn't get this.
He doesn't get what he's doing, and he's leaning into it. That's like in every character that
wrong.
Every character that I love.
Tom Likas doesn't understand that he's being misogynistic.
Really? If I'm a misogynist, then why do women willingly give themselves up for Flash Fridays? Flash Fridays is happening all over every town where I'm broadcasting. You've never seen it, but a Flash Friday.
Someone was pointing out to me the other day that he was always acting like it was this phenomenon, and no one ever knew. There was never any Flash Friday except listening to him.
Right. Flash Friday. Chicks are sitting there. We're giving it up. Giving it up. We're signing racks down in Temecula.
Down at my winery.
Hey, Dad. Yes, son. Oh, what do you need, son?
So freaky. You know, we did it.
We did his radio show once.
What?
We did. Jay and I went in late night one time to promote something.
So there's no one in the cubicles because it's late at night. The lights are so dark in the studio.
It is so low in the studio, and yet his sunglasses are on.
Sunglasses are on.
Oakley wraparounds.
I was in studio with Tom once. Too.
What?
Stop. When I was in college,
No.
I was at a college radio station DJ, and our advisor was a guy from the Tom Likas show, and his part-time job was to be the advisor for our college radio station. So he was like, "Oh, you like Tom? I'll get you into Tom." So I didn't like him. I thought he was terrible, but I was like, "Yeah, I'll go see Tom Likas." I have a signed headshot from him.
Get out of town.
I found it the other day going through stuff.
I wear sunglasses.
Is he still in the air?
I wear sunglasses, little bag. I wear sunglasses at 6 in the morning. I don't care. I don't care. When I'm getting my dough rolled. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't care.
I don't care.
So that is the truth, and we feel like a lot of people have blind spots, and that is why this show is so much fun. And we get stories sent to us, actually sent to Dan. We haven't heard the story. You haven't heard the story. Dan barely has heard the story.
Sure.
But we're going to break it down, the four of us. Shall we jump into one, James?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Sent in by Gregory J. Johnson Jr.
The third.
I know.
Junior the third would be great.
At G. Johnson Jr.
Oh, my God. I love it. This guy is like, you can call me Ray. And you can call me Trey. All right, let's do it.
All right, Gregory J. Johnson Jr., thank you. I'm going to read you guys the headline. Husband declares marriage over after wife salts popcorn at movie theater.
That's not legally binding if he just declares it to be over.
Over.
It's almost like a policy that you could just cancel.
Right.
That you don't need an executive expedited order.
Yeah, you at any time.
This is a really no-fault state that must have happened.
How much build-up do you think led to this fight being the tipping scale?
This fight is about what the fight is about, Dan. I don't know why you want to make it about something else. This is completely about salting popcorn.
Was it too much or not enough?
Well, that's a good question.
In the town of Brookfield, Wisconsin, I believe, a husband accused his wife of, quote, being unfaithful after she salted popcorn against his wishes.
Wait, so now you have to be faithful to ideas?
I guess.
And minerals.
And minerals. You have to be faithful to the amount of minerals that we established as a partnership.
If this is a bad sign. She's going to start salting popcorn like that, which next she's going to be out in Nevada salt flats just looking her way across the highway.
Just blowing guys.
And you know what? I didn't sign up for it.
I mean,
I didn't sign up for that.
To me, this does feel like the kind of thing that Gary Busey would get upset about. Like, just
for
on
sure.
a hair trigger, Busey just comes in and is like...
Salt stands for...
I've divorced 5 women for salt-related
Salt-related incidents,
salt-related incidents. Yes,
See,
and
Gary gets it.
I once disowned 6 of my daughters at the same time
For salt-
MSG.
MSG. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, that
he
makes
takes
sense.
it seriously.
And what does MSG stand for? I mean,
It stands for monosodium.
okay, fine. That's the actual thing of what it is. All right, Gary.
Literally what it stands
You went
for.
the other direction with it. All right, that's fine. No, I mean, it does. Who
is he telling this to?
So, but here's the
Who
deal.
is he? Is someone reporting on this?
I'm
story?
guessing he's the type of guy who tells it to anyone who can hear it.
Okay, so I just celebrated my 17th wedding anniversary, and
Wedding bragger.
There's a point in time though, like once you get to a point, like I don't know how long they've been married. I don't know what that is.
I'm guessing a while.
Okay, but I'm just gonna say that there's a point where you're driving and no one's saying anything, and the person is like breathing too loud but don't understand they're breathing, and a spouse will turn to the other person and say, "Will you please stop breathing?" You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's just
For me.
essentially. I feel like this is. Please stop breathing is like you salted the popcorn too much.
Town of Brookfield police responded to the call
Police!
Thanks for a call.
at 9:31 p.m. May 27th at the Marcus Majestic Cinema.
Couldn't have just been the Majestic Cinema.
No, Marcus.
The Marcus Majestic.
Seven-
Top 12 Majestic cinemas in the state
Yep.
of Wisconsin.
We here, yes, we're from New York, but we put these cinemas in Wisconsin.
5 Marcus Cinemas.
We put a Marcus Cinema in every market in the northern Midwest.
the Marcus Market.
We put in a Marcus Market. We put it in Fargo, North Dakota.
This was the one at 770
Bismarck.
Springdale Road.
I'm cooperating.
The cops showed up for a domestic situation that started with the snack and might be headed toward marital disruption.
If this ends that marriage, the marriage should have been ended.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if salt on a popcorn It's like pouring salt in a wound.
The wife told officers her husband was angry she put salt on their movie popcorn.
It was assaulted, I felt.
She took the keys to the car because she felt unsafe letting him drive while angry, which I'm sure also pissed him off.
Oh, yeah. You're too angry to drive. Don't tell me I'm too angry to drive.
So she's locked in the car with the popcorn, and like, well, then I'm just gonna have it here until you cool off.
He's at the windshield, and she's just salting away. Salting away.
Assault
She's
with a
throwing
deadly
popcorn at the windows.
Throwing salt
Here, you
all
want
over
some?
the dish.
Oh, the window's up. You can't get in?
It's too salty
Do you guys
for you?
salt and butter your corn?
I do not.
I just butter it.
There's
Do
already
you
enough
butter,
butter on
middle,
it.
then top, then butter again?
I just butter in the top, and then I
Then
just
do the
shake
shake?
it around. I do shake it around.
I do extra butter with the regular salt. And this is I recently broke up with my boyfriend and we went to the movies, and so we got to have our own separate popcorn. Like, you can have no fun things and I'll have all of them.
Fun
Okay,
thing.
so James
Do you
is
add anything to your popcorn?
do you
Peanut
put,
M&Ms.
chocolate
Peanut M&Ms.
I mean, in a separate,
No, you shake them in.
I can't do that.
Shake them in.
That's, you guys might get divorced.
James
Don't
and
they
I were
melt?
dating.
James and Jason?
Ask him. I'm not doing it.
They don't melt. They don't
in your
melt.
mouth, not in your hand.
But you would break up with me if I put peanut M.
It's over.
It's over. It's done. You're putting that in. It's over.
The wife explained she purchased popcorn and her husband told her not to salt it. Then walked away
So this is not about salt at all. This is about you not listening to
About
me.
power.
because she bought the popcorn. She decided to put salt on it.
That's absolutely right.
pay for
She's
this
the one who laid
popcorn.
that money down.
What's it? Next, I'm going to have Cholula on my eggs because my wife,
Cholula.
my
On the
matrimonial wife, doesn't want to find Tapatio.
Yeah. A fine Tapatio.
You can't go to a Chipotle and steal a Chipotle Tabasco for me?
You can't do that, Dan.
Yes,
they
you
get
can.
very mad. They get
I
very-
highly doubt any company who makes a joke about it cares that much.
They get very
Upon
mad.
finding out the popcorn was salted, the man told his wife their marriage was over.
This is it. This is the last straw.
They were going to see
hear you in this theater.
They were going to see book club, right?
They were wearing?
They were going to see book club, right? It doesn't say. I want to know so
This to me
badly
feels like
what
a-
movie they were going to see.
Diane Keaton.
I am glad the house is in my name, and I'm glad that the baseball card shop is in my name.
Because you just we're trying to watch.
We're trying to watch.
Really? Because I'm being betrayed. God damn it!
This is a
Salt with a deadly mineral. I'm sorry if my wife's betrayal is ruining the movie for you.
Did you feel like we talked a little too loud because my heart's broken up here?
Upon finding out the popcorn was salted, he told his wife the marriage was over. He said she was unfaithful and does things behind his back.
This is just the tip of the saltberg.
The report said the husband then refused to watch the movie.
Which
I'm not even watching a
Look
movie
at
with
me.
you.
I'm
I love
looking.
that that's in the police report.
Look where I'm looking. Look where I'm
looking
Look
above
where
the
I'm
screen.
looking.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
Ready
Says
for
here
her?
he checked out after the first act.
He checked out after the inciting incident.
Ready for her to turn? Ready for her to turn the knife again?
Yeah.
The wife purchased the movie tickets and still wanted to see the movie without her husband, so she did. So she's like, "Okay, I'm
Go for
going
it.
in." Because
Yeah.
you know who bought the tickets and the popcorn? Me.
This is some Thelma and Louise shit.
That's right.
She's had enough.
She's out from under his thumb.
Once the movie was done, she found him and would not let him drive. So
You're too angry to drive.
He waited in that like shitty arcade area
Seething so
in front of the-
For an hour and 46 minutes.
at least.
We're not even talking about
And
previous.
she just sat there eating her perfect popcorn.
This
He'll
tastes
come in
great.
here if he wants this marriage to get back together.
I just imagine him storming up and down inside the little hallway with like red patterned carpet and like Shakey's pizza lights on the side of the carpet.
yes.
And he's goddamn Batman. Goddamn. I got a wife. No, God, no telling which movie she's in.
Yeah. God knows. She said she's going there. She's probably going somewhere else.
She probably
she's a
snuck into The
screen hopper.
Incredibles.
Screen hopper. Goddamn screen hopper. She'll tell you she's going to see this, then she goes see that.
Once the movie was done, she found her husband and would not let him drive. She told police he drives too fast when he is angry.
Okay, and you know that upset him too. Again, this is the same thing. My
But
wife,
to me, he's-
17 years married, and if my wife says to me this phrase, "Well, do you get the emails?"
Yep.
That's enough to send me.
You'll
off.
break a bottle
I'll
and-
break a
and
bottle and be
email.
like, "It's go time." Yeah, I get the emails.
He sounds like a contrarian.
And then he's
From
like,
Barack Obama.
Yes, from MoveOn.org.
but then he keeps saying to her, let me drive. And she says, no, you're angry.
You're angry.
She has all the power.
And by the way,
popcorn, movie ticket, car key.
She says, you're angry. She's right, and that's why he's angry.
Yes.
And it just makes him angrier.
I hope she smeared salty butter on the handle of the car so he couldn't open it.
Because his wife had the keys, the husband refused to get into the car, which imagine the cops that are hearing all of this. Like, ma'am, sir, no, we'll listen one at a time, sir.
You're going to hear all this.
Right.
And like the cops are like, I understand why he's mad.
So he refused to get into the car, which made the wife worry how he would get home if he did not leave with her, which is kind of patronizing.
It is
right?
a little like...
How's he gonna get? How's he gonna get home?
Get
Is he
in.
gonna call an Uber.
Get in the car.
he can't get home
Get
by
in the car.
himself.
Donna, I'm not getting in.
No, it's clearly he can't do it on his own. I have to do it for him.
Oh, pisses him off.
God, this is just...
The wife confirmed nothing physical happened, and her husband didn't threaten her in any way.
He's
She
just acting
also
like a
was
baby.
not ever scared that he would harm her.
Right.
The
Good.
wife wouldn't give police her husband's information.
Who called the cops?
She did.
help.
She called the cops.
Yes, because she wanted to know.
Make a point.
Yeah, this is what it was.
Yeah, I had to make a point, Donna.
The wife wouldn't give police her husband's information, but just wanted to know what she should do. So that she called the cops, like, "What should I do? My husband won't get in the car to make me give him a ride home because he's too angry to drive."
Oh no,
He said the marriage is over.
No, that definitely started with the, you don't think I can call the police? You don't think I can call?
Oh,
I
ask
got
them what to do.
9-1. 9-1. Just, I dare you to get me to put the other one in there.
I want to know what I should do. I want to know if I should change my name back. I want to know if I should look at retirement separate from him now.
Ma'am, we are not trained to cover that.
Is there? I mean, should I go to family court or is there small claims? Because he has a very small claim. Yeah, get back up. Get back up here.
You know who needs backup? I need backup too.
Sir, you don't need backup.
I should take you to small claims court because that's how large you are down there.
Oh, come on.
This is it. This is what I'm dealing with.
We understand, sir. We understand.
Okay, and I can't have salt. She's trying to kill me.
She's not trying to kill you.
You get in the car with her. You want to get
One
in
of
the car
the
with her?
necessary compounds for organic life, and she can't handle it.
Oh, here we go. Somebody watched Planet Earth, and they know
Called
everything.
electrolytes, okay?
Oh, Planet Earth's in town again.
They're right next to each other, but each of them are telling the cop to tell
her that I don't care about compounds for life. I thought we were going to be compounded for life until she put salt on the goddamn butter.
You see, tell him the American Heart Association has said that they were overdid it and people can have a perfect amount of salt.
What did she say? What did she say?
She said that you heard what she said.
Tell me what she said.
You heard what she said.
I'm not listening to her.
Okay.
Tell me what she said.
What is he saying?
Tell me what she said, damn it. Did she want to get back together? Because I'll forgive her if that's what she said. Did she say that?
That's not what she said.
Well, okay, then tell her.
She can hear you.
You tell her she knows I don't like salt and that our money is supposed to be together. Who cares who paid for the goddamn popcorn I asked
Ma'am,
first?
you heard it.
You heard what he said, did you not?
What did he say? I want to translate it.
Tell her I'm not getting in the car.
You're telling him it's not fair. I guess this is what happens. This is what happens when the law
Sir,
enforcement is
she's
called.
saying it's not fair.
What? Who?
And again, you're telling him. You're telling him what I'm saying. I'm not hearing what he's saying.
She's saying,
Screaming about salt still.
Yeah. You can hear him, ma'am.
What'd she say?
Don't get him started on powdered cheddar.
Oh God! So how did it end in this damn thing?
Police told her that the very annoyed police told her that her husband was an adult and could make his own decisions.
That's right.
If he did not want to leave with her, he could find his own way home.
That's right.
Just not in this car.
Tell him that.
The wife told
Not
police
while he's
to
angry.
The wife told police to tell her husband. No, I'm joking. The wife said she would ask her husband one last time to leave with her. Otherwise, she would leave without him. That's where it ends. I have no clue what happened after that.
This is Dumb People Town to a T.
Where cops are using these resources on people who can't figure out how to get home.
There are like 9 robberies going on downtown.
Right.
Tell him that
Oh God, this is perfect. There you go. One story down in the books.
You know, he's not all bad either. He's not, and that's the hard part.
Tell him
She's
I
very
said
good
that.
with eggs.
Tell him I said that.
She said. Tell him I said that. There you go. All right, first story down in the books. James Adomian with us. Dumb People Town off and running. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this break.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Welcome back to Dumb People Town. We got James Adomian here, and you have some live dates. Where can people see you in July?
You're in D.C. and Portland.
In July, I'm going to the District of Comedy Festival in Washington, D.C. And I'm doing a Bernie Sanders town hall one night on July 19th.
One night of 1%.
One night, which is, well, it's
1%.
12 hours at most.
Of me explaining my economic plan.
That sounds like the perfect thing to do in DC, and that sounds like it will be amazing.
Has Bernie ever seen? Has he seen your impression?
You know, Anthony Atamanuik ran into him in New York. Anthony,
Who does
from the
Trump?
President
Yeah.
Show, we did Trump versus Bernie together. He walked out of his house and went around the corner in Queens, and he said Bernie Sanders got out of a car with
Stop.
Secret Service because
No
it was
way.
during the
Yeah,
primary.
yeah.
And so Tony takes a picture with him, and he goes, "I do Trump versus Bernie with James Adomian. You've got to see our stuff." And he goes,
I've heard of it. It sounds funny. I've been pretty busy lately.
I want him.
So as far as I know, that's where he is. I know he needs to hear it.
By the way, good on Tony for like
even
stopping
stepping
him
up
and even saying that about like that takes a little chutzpah to like say, hey, listen,
we
I
do this thing that is funny and
because you know, but of all the people in the world, I feel like Bernie would actually get a kick out of it.
Hey, Bernie, I'm an artist. I do macaroni art, and you're one of my inspirations. Thank you.
I'll check it out. That's very important.
He must get it all the time.
I'm sure,
All the
but
time.
like no one does it. I don't care. I don't give a shit how good the macaroni art is.
Bernie,
No one
I
does
sing
it.
guitar songs in the subway.
Thank you. Let me guess.
Thank you.
Verse 3 is all about the economic inequality of this
Thank
country.
you for your service.
I love it.
It's so good.
So that's the 19th.
That's in D.C., yeah. And then right after that, I'm going to the Portland Queer Comedy Festival.
Nice.
That weekend in July, 21st and 2nd, I believe.
All Adomian dates can be found at jamesadomian.com.
JamesAdomian.com/events.
Beautiful.
I believe.
Check
I want
it
to
out.
skip the bullshit.
Well, there's no bullshit on there because you have
Hit the site, yeah.
You have your album on there.
I don't know. I think it's like a wasteland of like it's used to be run by somebody, and you're like there's old HTML code, like
a link to-
tumbleweeds,
a link to his MySpace.
Here's a dead link.
There's a dead. Don't go down the dead link. By the way, Dead Link could be a new crime show.
Oh, 100%.
Just
Link.
guys following Dead Links now.
And it's hosted by Jesse Ventura.
Look, I want to find out where the dark corners of the internet intersect and what kind of corners they are. Are they 90-degree angles?
Well, that is actually a great thing to search for, and I'm
Dead
glad.
link.
Dead Links with Jesse Ventura. I would watch that show in a heartbeat.
Put it on the
Plan I'm
Sci-Fi
on.
Network. Where's Jesse shooting this from? Well, he's
He's
remotely
in
at his
undisclosed
compound
location.
in an undisclosed location.
And we're chasing the dark truth into the dark web, finding out what the cyberpunks are up to.
It is a show I would watch in a hotel room.
Yes.
It's like
or
either
on
that
a,
or
on a
Naked and
JetBlue
Afraid.
flight when there's
JetBlue
no
flight, I
other.
would
It's only available in hotels and JetBlue flights.
Perfect.
That's what I've settled into.
Hey, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that.
So fun.
Yeah. All right, we got another story,
We
Daniel?
do. Sent in by
Good.
Kyle Andrews at Kyle Andrews 18.
Beautiful.
Were you ever told that if you swallowed apple seeds, a tree would start growing in your stomach.
Yes, actually, I was.
Were you really?
The
We
author's
grew up
talking-
different. We grew up in different places.
That was a different thing that we had.
It was a different time when I grew up, Randy. It was a different time in our country.
Swallow well, I always thought that if you
could grow in
plant
your
apple
stomach?
seeds in the ground.
Isn't that the thing? Well, wasn't
But
Johnny
acid
Appleseed
comes
a
into
guy?
play.
Johnny Appleseed was a guy who would travel around
And just fuck tons
and
of women.
bang people, and just spread his seed everywhere.
Johnny Appleseed seems like a disreputable person.
Yeah, like a
really
traveling
examine-
gigolo. Oh, you're planting trees,
wore a
quote
pot on
unquote,
his
wherever
head.
you go.
I'd like to plant my tree.
And a fiddle-I-do, da-da-dee-li-day, fiddle-I-do, and I had a lot of hair.
He seems like he seems like such a nice. Oh, he took my wife.
Well,
Johnny Appleseed.
if you ever heard of or believe that an apple seed could start growing a tree in your stomach, there's a medical study that was on a case that's a bit like that, but 100 times worse.
Oh, boy, no.
A 63-year-old woman in South Korea had her mouth inseminated by sperm after eating some undercooked seafood.
What?
Yes.
Inseminated?
Resulting in doctors discovering small, white, spindle-like shaped, bug-like sperm bags embedded into her tongue and gums from seafood. And then it just says, yum. That's what they wrote.
No, they did not
say
say
I swear to
yum.
God.
What newspaper?
Yeah, what
put that
is
in
this?
there?
BuzzFeed, South Korea?
The Washington Post.
This is from iflscience.com, and Kyle Andrews sent it to
It's
us.
iflscience.com. It's a serious news desk. I need stories, and I need a yum in the third paragraph.
We are IFL,
Where's the yum?
ifuckinglie.com. We need to get the truth out there.
As documented in a 2012 edition of the Journal of Parasitology, the foreign bodies
Also, I'm not sure.
Fake.
about
I don't know if that's real.
Great bathroom reading.
the foreign bodies were identified as squid spermophores, sperm-containing capsules belonging to Japanese flying squid.
Flying squid. What was she eating at Super Mario World?
It's a great. It's hard to get a table.
It's hard to get a table.
Well, the tables keep coming at you. You got to jump them. Jump them.
And somebody can break them apart too easily.
They're just side
Give me
turn
that
barrels.
hammer. I got a table coming at me.
Rather foolishly,
The waiters come around, boom, boom, but it's just a big bullet.
Yeah.
Rather foolishly, the woman had not removed the internal organs of the squid and proceeded to only parboil it for a few seconds before eating it.
Hey, here's
Meaning-
something you never do: cut corners while making seafood.
Meaning its spermatophores were still alive and well.
Spermatophores.
Please, Jesse, I don't understand this.
understand the terminology
Is
here.
this the government stepping in?
Whenever I feel self-conscious about a word pronunciation, I just lean hard into the
Lean into
Minnesota.
it. Spermatophore.
Spermatophore. Obviously, it's a conspiracy. You don't want to cut corners. You want to be cutting tentacles. But that's not what the octopus wants. The
Well,
New
it was
World
a
Order.
squid, and it was a flying squid.
It's a flying squid.
Are there flying squid down in Mexico in the undisclosed location where you are at? Are there flying squid around
Well,
there?
we have information that they happen in areas 51 through 55.
Okay.
wow.
All right. So that is a government produced.
Yep.
They don't want you to know about it.
Yep.
Animal in certain areas.
Yeah, they want sea life flying at you.
Yeah.
And they want the birds. They want them drowned.
And you know who you're
want
talking to right now.
I'm just talking to the general public
Well, who
through
is it?
RT America.
Who you're talking to right there? That's
What? Yeah, well, look, you want to sit here and quiz me on it, I'm talking to Jason.
That's actually
I'm
Randy.
open to Randy's
Oh,
input.
that's Jason right there.
Jason,
There you go.
yeah.
Listen, hey, that's the way it goes. So anyway, so she's got stuff growing in her mouth.
Well, as soon as she put a piece into her mouth, she felt like many bugs were biting her oral mucosa. The study reads, she experienced severe sharp pain and spat out the entire portion without swallowing. Despite that, she could feel many small squirming white bug-like organisms penetrating her oral mucosa.
Okay, what if this happened to Huelhauser? You know what I mean? He goes on a trip. He enjoys
He would be
a little-
positive about
he
it.
just-
So wait a second. You're telling me that this is life? This is amazing. So you're saying that it's like they're in love with me, trying to start a family inside
your mouth.
my mouth. That is truly a South Korean part of California's goal.
Even after they were removed from her mouth, the little spermatophores were reportedly still squirming around. I'm going to ask you guys, how many small, white, spindle-shaped, bug-like sperm bags did they remove from this woman's
By the way,
mouth?
small, white, bug-like sperm bags, to me, describes every single person in the Trump administration.
Well, I'm going to guess one, because that would just be amazing. One squirming little bag.
Huel, that's your guess?
I'm going to guess. Well, if it's more than that, I can't even imagine it.
Jesse Ventura, do you have a guess?
I think I'm going to say...
Randy's stepping in. Okay.
who is-
I asked Jesse Ventura.
Jesse
if he had a
Ventura, what
guess.
do you think?
Well, I haven't seen the facts
Yeah.
laid out in manila folders yet. But
You're
what I would,
guessing them.
You haven't received the documents yet?
I haven't received the documents. The telefax is on. We're waiting transmission.
Yeah.
I believe it's probably, based on past incidents, probably 33.
Okay.
Coinciding with the Masonic order.
All right, fine. So there is a
Jason
reason
or
for that.
Randy? And James?
I think there are like 10,000.
10,000
Shut up, yes.
taken out of her mouth.
No, there's
'Cause they're
40.
tiny.
There's 40.
40 from Jason Sklar.
Yes, 40.
James, would you like to guess?
Yeah. Okay. So 200.
200?
All right, Dan.
They removed. Get your answers in now, Townie.
Shout
the amount
at
of
your ham
small,
radios.
white, spindle-shaped, bug-like sperm bags. Mm-hmm. They're like little
Which
worms.
I believe that healthcare should cover the
Thank you.
removal
Thank you.
of tens of thousands
Yes.
of sperm bags when necessary.
Okay, good. Right. It should be part of
It should be between you and however many doctors need to perform.
And it's a one care provide. 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.
There should be one single payer that's taking care of all
the sperm
10,000
bags.
or more.
Okay, fine,
Right.
good.
The amount of spindle-shaped, bug-like sperm bags taken out of her mouth from taking one bite of this flying squid is 12.
Oh,
Who was closest?
Still a lot. What did you say? I said.
Well, without still I thought it was one, and it turns out to be a whole dozen.
There's one
Did you put
dozen.
them in an egg carton?
And then and we raised them as pets.
It's worth highlighting, is it, that these things are not literally organisms or quote-unquote bugs. They are spermatophores, effectively a sac of sperm used by a fair few invertebrates and some vertebrates to fertilize the female's egg during reproduction. So, they're not actually baby squids any more than sperm is a human baby. Well, depends
tell
on
that
what-
to the
I
old
know.
right to life.
Nevertheless, it is still a very strange case, and the scientists are not sure how the spermatophores managed to implant themselves into the woman's mouth.
Those are the 12 they got.
Can we just tell people, cook your food?
Yeah, cook. That's
I said, don't cut corners.
No.
Don't cut.
Oh, literally, that's what it says here. The moral of the story is they wrote this. Now, you guys are making me start to question the validity of this website. The moral of the story is pretty damn clear. The fact
All right, you're a science magazine and you're saying pretty damn clear. You just
don't
lost
eat
a lot of
raw
respect.
squid sex organs. Eating undercooked food, especially raw animal products, always comes with
Honey,
a
did you
risk.
sear my squid penis or are we having
Well, is it flying squid or what?
He complains about salt, and now he complains about any kind of squid sperm on
He
there.
wants me to overcook it. I said it's just gonna get dry.
If I overcook the squid penis, it defeats its own purpose.
it gets dry.
Lastly, don't expect your fried calamari to impregnate your tongue. Most squid you get in a restaurant won't include sex organs, and failing that, it should have been cooked enough to kill off any spermatophores. I'll tell people this. Don't expect your calamari to be calamari. Did you know that half the seafood in California is mislabeled?
What is it?
They don't, like, it's wrong with what it is.
It's Monsanto.
Monsanto's causing all that?
There's new species. They're called Monsanto.
They're creating, and they're creating new
Have
species.
you ever eating? They're spermatophoring.
Yeah. Jesse, have you ever eaten like fresh manatee? Have you ever like flayed up a giant manatee?
I worked on conservation efforts to preserve the manatees in Mexico.
Yeah.
We've got Pacific manatees. There's a small colony.
Yeah.
I don't eat them.
Yeah.
No, I go out and listen to what they have to say. They're my constituents.
What do they have to say?
Well, they're concerned about the environment.
Thank you very much.
They want, just like you and me, they want clean water to drink.
That's right.
And I go out. Sometimes we have a good time. We open a 6-pack and we do a little wrestling.
You wrestle with a manatee.
Why not? They're very gentle creatures, strong but gentle.
Now, is the 6-pack for you, or do you share that? Like, what kind of beer do they like?
Well, I don't drink much. I'll have half a beer. Let's be polite.
But you bring a 6 just for the group.
Yeah, there's a group of manatees going to have out there.
Yeah.
You have a little fun, watch a
pour
game.
a little Modelo down the snout.
Yeah, go down and tangle up in some kelp.
Tangle up.
What's the problem?
And do there is actually no problem with what you just said. All right,
Well, good, because it sounded antagonistic there.
No. We're not being antagonistic. We're just going to break. That's
not a sexual relationship with the manatee.
No one even suggested. You're the one bringing up the sexual.
It's a platonic manatee-human relationship.
Yeah, no one even questioned that until you started bringing it up.
Yeah, look, they're not implanting anything in my flesh.
Okay, fine. That's good.
Okay. Nobody said that part at all.
Even suggested
you brought that up.
You're bringing all this up.
Well, I'm bringing it up because I feel like it has been brought up subconsciously.
No one even came. No one's even brought that up.
I'm very familiar, Jason, with this verbal jujitsu. And let me tell you, you're going to come at me. You're going to come at me, Randy.
That's Jason.
With your verbal jujitsu, and I'm going to come back at you with verbal taekwondo.
Okay, fine.
Fair enough.
He addresses the verbal jujitsu.
Verbal Krav Maga.
Okay, so verbal Krav Maga. He took it Israeli on it. All right, that's segment 2.
Yes.
Dan, what are we looking at? Give me a little teaser of story 3.
A drunk guy tried to eat. It did not go well.
Okay, that's great. More Dumb People Town with James Adomian right after this.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT Podcast. Our guest is James Adomian. A great follow on the Twitters.
Oh, great follow anywhere.
J Adomian.
The only time it's not good. The only time it's not good to follow him is on stage.
I mean, this guy doesn't leave anything.
You guys do Instagram?
We do.
It's so much more fun.
It is really fun. What are you, James Adomian?
It's the same thing. Jadomia.
J Adomian on Instagram. He is fantastic. Catch him live. Catch us live. We're going to be in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Nice, gents.
At the Improv in Schaumburg, Illinois. Our first time out there, July 20th through the 22nd. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. We have not been back to Wisconsin in a long time. If you're from southern Wisconsin, you want to slide down for a show. If you're in the Chicago area, please come see us. We also, we're going to be doing a live
theater couple make it.
I want that. Salt your popcorn all you want, lady. We'll be there to support you. By the way, we're going to be at the Petaluma Festival in Petaluma on August 17th. We're doing a live Dumb People Town. If you haven't seen the show live, it is unreal. It is a blast. Super fun.
And the townie's become a real part of the show.
That's right.
You bring every segment and then at the end.
And you bring a story and we break down your story. So that's at the Petaluma Festival. That's August 17th.
So there's a llama to pet in
Petaluma.
Petaluma.
And then we just are announcing we'll be in Ann Arbor, Michigan, the 22nd and 23rd, I believe.
Nice.
Or that's a Friday, whatever, 21st, 22nd. That's a Friday and Saturday night in September. Then we're going to be in Denver in October. I think we're going to do the ATC, the All Things Comedy Festival in Phoenix.
That's awesome.
At the end of October, and then Austin in November. So that's us to the end of the year. We'll put it on our website, supersklars.com.
And we're banking some of these up because of summer vacation and stuff like that. But if it's before July 15th, you can come see John Roy and myself evenings with Daniel Van Kirk and John Roy, and that is going to be at the Bug Theater in Denver, Colorado.
Great theater, place. Awesome town.
John Roy.
Yeah, it's a good
great guy.
Here's nobody's gonna get this.
No,
this is my John Roy.
Just on the show, like a week or two
Here,
ago.
I'll do one line, and then you have to tell me I'm being too loud. Okay.
The city of Chicago under Mayor Daley. Sorry. The city of Chicago under Mayor Daley.
He just gets closer.
Yeah,
closer and louder. So funny.
Incredibly close, unbelievably loud. That
John,
should
I
also
love
be
you.
the name of the
By the
show.
way, incredibly close and unbelievably loud. That's a great name for a podcast with
John Roy and
I
Dan.
think that might have been. He thought of that.
And we are working on a drip, something a really cool thing that we're gonna roll
An
out for you
opportunity for
guys.
people to get more of the town
Yes,
and be
that.
a part of it. Even
Okay,
in
we'll
more
unveil
ways.
that in July.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Sent in by Liz Haggerty.
Liz Haggerty.
At Liz Haggerty.
Thank you, Liz.
HAG.
She be sending good stories.
Yes,
She's
Liz
great. You know this
HAG.
one. She has sent in before.
A Bethel Park man faces several charges after attempting to enter a KFC drive-thru Tuesday morning
on horseback,
but hitting the side of the building instead.
There you go.
Look at this. He's way
very
more
drunk.
than missed.
Yeah.
It looks like he tried to park it at the building. He is up into the, but also it's a slow collision.
Is that the most?
And all there's no damage to the structure. He got politely bumped. Stops.
He's on the lawn. He's on the KFC.
Cop rolls down the window, knocks on the window, and he's like, "Let me
man.
have a bucket of original recipe."
Wait, I'll have a
Everybody wants some
$5 meal.
biscuits.
I can't believe you're not you could be the JFC, the KFC Colonel. Like you should be the Colonel.
I'll do the Colonel.
You
sure.
do the Colonel. $5 meal. $5 meal. $5 meal. As
Yes.
Jesse Ventura. $5 meal. $5 meal. I love it.
So he's going to a KFC. He's in too much of a hurry to go into the restaurant.
By the way, is that the nicest looking grounds around a KFC
Oh, it's
ever?
beautiful.
Well,
Like
this
there's grass.
picture will be posted on the Dumb People Down Facebook
Yes.
page. We have many tens of thousands of people who listen to this podcast, and there's 20,000 people on the Facebook page.
Let's bump it up.
Let's bump that up.
Let's
hit
to
30.
I want to get to 30.
Bump it up.
Bump it up.
Michael?
Guys, there's going to be more shirtless pics. There's going to be more workout motivation.
We're gonna be doing
So
it all.
on the Facebook page is how
gonna
you
be
get that
Slow-mo
body.
vids of us working out, like doing the ropes. Yep.
And it's just us hanging with Beyonce the rest of the time. That's all going to be on the
At
Facebook page.
Coachella.
Michael Skelton was charged with DUI.
Michael Skelton. Michael Skelton's a kid
It's your
who...
fault. It's your fault it's DUI because I was trying to get calories. I was
I was trying to soak up the night. as
And
Matt
you're
Barker
Red
said.
Skelton's grandson? That's
Yep. And he would show up for Christmas accidentally specials, and I'd show up, it's Christmas always.
Michael Skelton always considers himself the class clown, and no one else did.
Right.
He's the guy who's like, look, I got a lot of Skeltons in the closet. That's who I am.
He said to a lot of people while they walked away, "It was a joke.
Hey. What?
It was a joke."
You can't take a joke. He's the kind of guy who says to women all the time, you should smile more. You got a pretty smile. Why are you so sad?
I
Yeah.
don't know why women always want me talking to their back.
Michael Skelton was charged with DUI after the crash at the KFC on Library Road, Bethel Park, police said. During their investigation, police discovered that the vehicle...
Where's Bethel Park?
I don't know.
Do we know?
idea. Sounds
the
like
irony of it all is I believe that there probably isn't a library on Library Road if this guy's driving into a KFC.
Well, here I go. During their investigation, police discovered that the vehicle Mr. Skelton, that's Michael, was driving had been stolen from his neighbor.
God.
He was also in possession of merchandise and clothing that was stolen from a Walmart. Dude,
This guy
But I was going to pay for the KFC, I promise. I have enough for it.
have the money. I was going to pay for a bucket with this shirt.
You got no case. You got no case. Give me my butter, honey.
I want a biscuit.
I was going to
Butter,
trade.
honey.
I was going to
Butter,
trade
honey.
3 faded glory shirts for a bucket of KFC or a double down.
I got 3 Faded Glory shirts and a Toby Keith DVD.
For some reason, I'm really
These
wanting
colors
KFC.
don't run. And
These colors don't run.
Faded
My
Glory
colors-
is a Walmart
And
brand.
my colors don't bleed.
These colors
And
don't
I'm
run.
not kneeling for the national anthem.
Nobody's making
No one
any
asked
of
you
those
if they
things.
were.
I'm
don't
not
think-
even getting up to kneel for nothing.
I'm going to sit down
then-
there. You can play it.
And then they're just the random drunken. Wait a second. Shh. Wait. Shh.
Everybody, shh. No one's talking, sir.
No harm, no foul.
Nobody
No harm,
harmed.
foul.
No.
I didn't do it.
He's
I
yelling
didn't
at
do
his.
anything.
He's yelling at his neighbor.
I didn't do anything. I didn't
Kyle, can I borrow your car? Kyle, can I borrow your car? Don't answer.
I didn't want to wake him up.
He lets me borrow it all the time.
Mr. Skelton was taken to the
If he didn't want me to borrow it, why would he let me break into it?
If he didn't want me to borrow
why
it,
would he
and
let me
Walmart
break it?
didn't want me to have these things, then why
Do you guys
would I
know how many errands I'm trying to get done today? Alright, been to Walmart.
I am TC in business.
You guys are keeping me away from some important things. You're hurting the economy because I can't do my errands now.
God forbid I try to get food because I want to be a sober driver. And now you're ruining it.
Lord's at Bethlehem Park has come to.
It's Bethel Park.
Bethburr Park.
Beth Page.
Mr. Skelton was taken. The cops wrote this last part. Mm-hmm. So it's not me.
Okay.
Mr. Skelton was taken to the hospital where he was given a blood test, quote, to see what special blend of herbs and spices may have been a factor in the crash.
Okay.
So they're now trying to get cute.
Yes, comedy cops. We got comedy cops.
Comedy cops.
He tried to steal KFC. We took him to the hospital to see what kind of recipe he had in him.
I opened the door and it looked like this guy. Why am I making the cops drunk?
Cops are drunk.
This guy's potatoes were mashed before I knew what was happening.
Hey, man. About time. Where you going? This drive-thru sucks. They put a wall in their fucking drive-thru.
There's a building in front of me in this drive-thru.
I never said much when they started with the 2 windows things. And then they started closing one window and saying, hey, just go to the second window. But now it's not even a window.
They're just putting up walls. Putting up walls.
Yeah, I'm not in favor
That's
of
the
it.
problem with America. Putting up walls.
Putting up walls. And I voted for Trump.
I
but
said
it's
put up
a
a wall,
walls.
but I just said
If this is what he meant, I'm honest.
I don't want it.
They said the wall's coming. I didn't realize
Hey,
that fast.
You know who's paying for this wall?
Mexico.
He was being held.
You see?
That's good too. When a drunk person goes,
You see?
do you see that?
Shut up.
Do you see it? I'm like, see what, man? Nobody saw anything.
Do you get it?
Drunk non sequiturs might be my favorite thing.
Well, then tell me not to.
When's your birthday? We spent all this time talking about me. What about you? When's your birthday?
Why did she say that?
Nobody said anything. Is it me or him?
Is your eye prescription the same in both eyes?
All right, so he crashed into the thing.
Crash. He was being held at the Allegheny County Jail on a $50,000 bond.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, DUI, theft of a motor vehicle,
Jesus
retail
Christo.
theft.
Yeah,
He's got that.
Ran into a KFC. Literally.
If he runs bond on that, Dog the Bounty Hunter will show up.
Oh, yeah.
We're ready to pray. Bring back this 11 herbs and spices, man.
Doug the BH.
I'm going to ask you guys now.
Yeah.
How old is
yeah.
Michael Skelton?
Okay, so
James, you can go first, Tig, or third.
You know what? I think he's the same age as me. I think he's 38.
Okay.
38 years old from James Adomian. Jason or Randy?
This guy's 26.
26 from Jason
This guy
Sklar.
feels like he's 19, but has been living on his own for 6 years.
One of you is not exactly right, but you're only 1 year off. Townies, for this round of Guess the Age, you get your answers in now. How old is Michael Skelton? Stealing clothes from Walmart. Stealing his neighbor's car, literally driving into a KFC in the middle of the night. Get your answers in.
Wrong. He is
Michael?
9 months older than that because life begins at conception.
There you go. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Gary.
Michael Skelton is 25 years old. Jason.
I knew it.
Very
I
nice.
felt it. He was in his mid-20s.
Old enough to rent a car from my neighbor.
That's not a Hertz. Yes. You do. You should be in the
Oh, look, the no fun police are here. Nope, we're the regular police. Same thing.
NFP.
Oh, PC police here.
PC police.
It's just a guy booing people.
Yes.
All right. Boo.
Sir, you are charged with boo. He's still drunk 2 days later.
The grammar police is going to come in here and tell me what's what. All right, there you go, man. That's a show.
Yes.
Look at that. Tight and beautiful.
Wow, James Domian. Any final comments about the show and the stories that we heard from Tom Likas? Tom, you want to just wrap it up and take us home?
These are your people.
Let me tell you something. If you're a man and you're dating a woman, and she loves KFC,
Don't understand that.
dump that bitch find an SUV and you plow yourself into that bucket. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about pussy.
What about what about the woman who buttered the popcorn when the man didn't want her to butter
Whose
the popcorn?
fault was that? She is a shrill, shrieking shrew. Because she wants it bad.
Yeah, she wants it bad.
You know what I'm talking about? She wants it bad. When a woman treats you like that, you have to butter her popcorn. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about salting it? She's salting.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know
what you're talking
Let me lay you on what I'm talking about. I am saying that if you were salting a popcorn, we gotta use she's salting something else behind your back. You know?
I think I know what he's talking about.
Thank you, Tom Likas. Thank you, Jesse Ventura.
Never spend more than $40 on a flying squid spermicide.
There it is. There it is. That's a show. Oh, shit. We got to get back to work.
It's a good show.